All right, everybody, welcome back. One more cornerback video for today, and probably for this draft cycle. Well, okay, we do have a few slot corner videos to do, but this will be our final video for the outside corner prospects. Got three more guys to get to, and then we're done, and then we're moving on. And hopefully, you found some guys you like in what we've discussed, because unless there's like some last minute emergence of a draftable, hyped prospect, I'm probably just going to go ahead and let it lay. But we got a few more guys to get through. Jermari Harris of Iowa, first up here, 24 years old. Jermari Harris, he's got pretty good size, 6 feet, 191. Arm length is okay. He's got big hands, I guess. His explosiveness is about average according to the combine. Seventh round pick according to the big boards at best. Couldn't find any big board that had him higher than the seventh round. Last 2 years, we're talking about 70 tackles, 4 picks, 15 passes broken up. He made big improvements with his coverage numbers from 2023 to 2024. Now that can obviously be misleading, but 16 of 37 playing for Iowa, not bad. I'm gonna give him some credit there. Really good PFF grade too. So he's big enough to play outside corner. He's really good at reading routes from zone. He breaks on his reads really well. He trusts his reads and he just goes with it. And I think he's really good in zone. He's somebody who can work through stock blocks. If you're a receiver trying to block him, he's going to find a way to sift through you and get to the play. He's got good straight line speed to hang with deep threats. So I think that if you try to get a 9 route past him, he's going to be able to keep up. And he's got good footwork when he's facing the play as well. His zone footwork is on point. So Jermari Harris, bringing a lot of positive things to the table here for a guy you can get very late in the draft. Now, he doesn't flip his hips very well. So it's one of those things where he kind of falls behind because he doesn't flip his hips well on a go route, but then he has the straight line speed to usually recover. He's missed a lot of time for various reasons over the last 3 seasons. He's had an injury. He got suspended for a gambling violation, of all things. And then he missed the last 3 games because he wanted to sit things out for the draft, because he already knew he was going to the draft. So there are assorted reasons why it doesn't seem like he loves football as much as you would like. He's an older prospect already, doesn't really have short area agility, and he's not a very good tackler. So big red flags here. I do think that he could be a good zone corner. I do think Harris could be a good zone corner in the NFL, but I mean, it just doesn't seem like he's going to be there for you when you need him. I mean, big major injury, gambling violation, basically gives up because he wants to go pro. I'm saying UDFA. I don't think I need to spend a draft pick on him. I just don't. I'm not spending a draft pick on that. I'm picking him up in UDFA, no risk. Fentrell Cypress, another cool name here, Florida State Seminole, 24 years old when the season starts. Decent size, 6 feet tall, 31.5-inch arms, so he can play outside physically. The aggregate puts him at 249, so that's right on the cusp of undrafted. No interceptions over the last 2 seasons. I think he's got like one from a previous season, but not a lot of takeaways. He does makes a decent number of plays on the ball, and his coverage metrics are nice. Gives up about 50% completion, credible, but doesn't take the ball away a lot. Played a lot of college football in his career. I think he was like he might have been a 5-year starter. I'm not 100% sure. He's got good size. He's got workable length. He's got good press skills. He's good in press. He holds up well in man coverage, all things considered. He's able to stick with a guy as he runs his route. He doesn't bite on fakes a lot. He's not somebody who's going to get suckered in by the double move and then get beat over the top or anything like that. Pretty good at resisting the urge to bite on the fake. He's got some upside as a zone corner as well, and I think he could be a good tackler based on some of the things we've seen from him. So, not too bad, not too bad. But I think his tackling is inconsistent. I think sometimes he shows good form, and sometimes he just dives at the ankles. So it's a mixed bag, and we need to, hammer in the stuff that's good and remove the stuff that's bad, and that could take, who knows if that takes. He does overrun plays a little bit, both in coverage and as a tackler. Sometimes he gets a little over aggressive, and he's weak. He's physically weak. He's not strong enough to hold up in the NFL. Stronger players or even moderately strong players are going to just eat him up. He doesn't have great short area quickness, so I don't know if his man coverage abilities from college are going to hold up in the pros. You just kind of have to see it before you know. So I don't think he's good enough for the NFL yet, but I do think he could get there. I do think you have a reasonable set of skills to work with here. It's just the age. The age is the problem here. He's already 24. If he was 22, I'd be like, okay, we've got a little bit of a ceiling here. We might be able to push through to be able to get to the good stuff. But at 24, it's a little bit harder to imagine. So, seventh rounder, I would spend a pick on him, but only in the seventh. I like some stuff here, man. It's just I don't know what parts of it will translate, so I can't be using a big pick. All right, so that is Cypress, leaving us with one remaining player in quarterback. And then tomorrow, like I said, we're going to move to slot corners. We're going to move to the guys who I think will end up playing nickel cornerback. And that'll just take one day to get through. But let's get to our last guy here. Jason Marshall Jr. of Florida. 22 years old. Pretty good height. Pretty good size in general. Disappointingly short arms. Tested pretty okay, I guess. Decent explosion with his jumps. Showed passable speed, sub 4.540. Big boards, pretty much exclusively 7th rounder UDFA. Not a lot of production over the last couple years overall, but he did have very nice coverage metrics. Sub 50% completion. No interceptions, though. A little bit disappointing. So, one thing about Marshall that stands out from his Florida stuff is that he was good in press. He's a good press corner, and he's got good strength for a cornerback. He's not overly, he may not be the most athletic guy, but he does have good strong for a cornerback. He's got explosive movement skills. He's got the short area and reactive athleticism to keep up in man coverage, and he's a decent size. He can play on the outside theoretically. Now, I think that this is going to be another one of those guys where you wish he was a little bit bigger because you need him to be a little bit bigger to justify some of the other shortcomings with him. Like one thing that a lot of people were talking about with Jason Marshall pre-draft evaluation was, oh, this is one of the bigger corners in the draft. He's really not. 6 feet tall is just okay. His short arms will hurt his ability to press in the pros. You have to wonder how well that translates to the NFL now. He's also somebody who falls for eye candy and trickery a lot. If you play action him, if you double move him, he'll bite on it almost every time. He doesn't cash in on takeaway opportunities. He gets opportunities to take the ball away and they clank off his hands. He's a bad tackler, and even the stuff he's good at seems a little bit inconsistent to me. So there's really nothing I can really get excited about here. He's forgettable. He might barely find his way in the NFL, but I don't see much more than that. I don't see anybody who's ever going to start or play meaningful snaps for anything but like a very injured team. So I wouldn't even spend a pick on him. I say UDFA, and that's the end of the line for these cornerbacks. Like I said, tomorrow we're doing slot cornerbacks, but for now, maybe another video later today. Yeah, there it is, slot corner. See, I wasn't lying. I didn't make it up. For now, we're done. See you guys soon. Go Hawks. Let me know what you think, and maybe see you guys later. Maybe not.